Yo, what's going on? What's happening? This your girl Tiffany here, live in effect. I'm coming tonight because I want to talk to these relationship gurus or these relationships experts, so-called experts, right? And everybody that has a platform calling themselves trying to give advice on relationships, right? Stop shaming people who are single. Stop shaming people for being single. Everybody do not have a desire to be in a relationship, and that's okay. Everybody don't want to be in a relationship, and that's okay. It doesn't give you, the so-called guru or expert of relationship, to shame a person for wanting to be single, especially when it comes to a woman, because I see it done to women more than anybody else. People will shame women for not wanting to be in a relationship. A person has the right to choose who they want to be involved with. And I know that some of these men get butt hurt over women who don't want to be in a relationship. And they try to minimize or speak down on individuals and trying to explain why they can't get they're not in a relationship, or why they not married, or whatever the case may be. They try to do all these things by trying to talk down on these women to make them feel ashamed of not being in a relationship. Cut that mess out, because it seemed like to me, for some reason, it makes you feel some kind of way. It hurts your ego that a woman don't want to be in a relationship, or a person don't want to be bothered, period. Everybody don't want to be married. And I'm a person that I do advocate for love. I advocate for black love, especially. I'm a big advocate of it. But the reality is, everybody is not going to be in a committed relationship. That's what we got to deal with. Stop with this toxic positivity that everybody got to be in a relationship. We got to deal with the facts. We got to deal with the actuality. Everybody is not going to be in a committed relationship, and marriage is not the end all to be all for all things. Marriage doesn't mean that everything is going to be perfect. Everything is going to be great. Because there's a lot of problems in marriage, which is why so many people are getting divorced. And there's people who regret being married because of the problems they had to endure throughout their tenure, throughout the time. And they did not expect for things to go left. So it does not give you, the so-called gurus, experts, a place to try to shame someone. It will be wise to be able to understand their position as to why they choose not to have a relationship, instead of trying to make them feel guilty for not being in a relationship. Now, if a person chooses to date, that's their business. If a person chooses to have sex or have a sex partner, that's their business. They have the right to choose that. Everybody don't want to be in a committed relationship. Everybody don't want to get married. Well, wait a minute. Why? Why? They should. Everybody should get married. Why? Why? No, not everybody want to be, and everybody's not marriage material. Everybody is not marriage material. Okay? People don't, there's people who don't have the patience to be in a committed relationship. But I can't stand and then these very same people that's trying to look down on single people are the main ones that's going through problems in their own marriages or their own relationships, or they can't even get it right. How you gonna try to shame somebody when you can't get your shit right? You can't get your shit together. That was one of the problems I had with Kevin Samuel. He was trying to shame these women for not being desirable enough or high value or not being in a relationship when he couldn't even get it right. This man was divorced like 2 or 3 times. The man was divorced 2 or 3 times. He was going through marital problems. But yet and still, he was trying to make women feel bad for not wanting to be in a committed relationship. He was saying things like if women are at the age of 35 years or older, right, they're not going to be married or they're not going to be desired. You don't know that. And this is what statistics said, according to him. I wonder what statistics that he was talking about, what information that he was presenting, because you cannot determine what a person's future is as far as relationship wise. Now, there are some people that I do respect that's giving sound and great advice to both men and women. I do respect them. But everybody else, they're putting on a facade and they're misleading people. And they're taking advantage of people on purpose. And then also, a person should not shame an individual for being married and having children as well. They should not do that. They should not shame an individual for being married and having children as well. So understand is people gonna make their decision. People gonna do what's best for them. If a person don't want to be married or be in a relationship, that's fine. That's okay. If that's what they choose, that's their personal business. And they have a reason. And their reason might be very personal to where they ain't got to explain to you why they not in a relationship. They don't have to go into details. But don't shame a person. Do not make them feel guilty. But like, as I said before, I can't stand it, especially when it's done to women. I cannot stand it. Every woman ain't got to go run into the arms of a man. She ain't got to let a man take her hands into marriage. She don't have to. If she want to live that single life, that's fine. That's peaceful. Let her have her peace. Let her enjoy her single life. You know, these women have a right to make decision what they want to do as far as their future is concerned. If they want to take it a step further and be with someone, or if they want to be single. So stop trying to shame women for not being in a relationship. Stop shaming people for not wanting to be in a relationship. Cut the shit out. Because when you do it, then you're bringing more damage. You're harming them. You're doing more damage than you are doing good by making a person feel guilty for being single. You are doing more damage. Now, instead of allowing them to open up to their options or take into consideration, you're doing more damage by tearing them down for being single. That's damage. And I can't stand it not one bit. It aggravates me. It bothers the fuck out of me. I can't stand it. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Just wish them the best and hope that things gonna turn out well for them. But don't even act like you greater, especially when your shit ain't together, when you got some problems and you don't went through multiple relationship and multiple marriages. Don't try to look down on somebody else for choosing not to go through the same shit. Stop trying to shame people. Cut the shaming out. Cut the shaming out. You're not doing any good. You're not being productive. You're not helping. You're not helping a person. You're not uplifting them. You're not inspiring them. You're being counterproductive. You're tearing them down. Stop it. That's all I'm asking. Just stop. I wish the shit would just, because then this is why you have gender wars. This is the reason why you got gender wars, because there's somebody along the line that want to tear another person down, especially the opposite sex. Peace. I love you too. I love you too. Peace. But this is what brings about gender wars, because you got somebody from the opposite sex trying to tear down the opposite sex. And it creates the conflict. Stop doing that shit. If if you're trying to have a dialogue, be able to hear the other party out. Understand where they're coming from. But don't think that you're gonna always give a solution to every single thing, because some things you can't give a solution to. Only that person has to be able to find a solution. Again, you cannot give a solution to every single thing. Only that individual have to be able to find their own solution. So, with that being said, I just wanted to get on here and chop it up with you guys. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening or whatever your time zone may be. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, share the channel, like the channel, etc. And I'm gonna say this for the record. I can care less about who get upset. I care less about those who may have a strong disagreement with me. That is fine. You are entitled to that, but my stance is not going to change. My position is not going to change on what I said. It's going to remain as it is. So you're entitled to your disagreement. You're entitled to be upset. You're entitled to carry on whatever, but I'm not going to change my position because it's too much shenanigan. And the shenanigan, I wish the shenanigan would stop. I wish the nonsense would stop. I'm going to keep my position. So you can take what I say or you can leave it. But I'm not going to apologize for what I said. No. The bullshit needs to stop. Because all you're doing is perpetuating gender war. And it's going to continue to be a gender war if you keep coming with nonsense, if you keep doing more harm to the opposite sex. It's going to continue to be a gender war. So, anyways, this your girl Tiffany. And until next time, peace and power elevation be to all of you. And y'all be safe. Thank you for tuning in, watching.